Are you tired of how English and Japanese Pokemon cards are getting more and more expensive every day? Well, if you're looking for an alternative so that you can get back to ripping packs on a budget, you've come to the right place. Because honestly, even if I had the money, there's no way I'm going to a Costco to try and fight scalpers in a parking lot. Now, this video is going to be the beginner's guide to buying Korean Pokemon cards. There's going to be some important things for you to know before you go diving into the Korean side of things. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. Now, the most important thing is probably going to be how Korean cards are going to be the best bang for your buck. If you've been following the market at all, Japanese booster boxes are all pushing $100 now. English booster boxes are like double that for modern sets. Meanwhile, Korean booster boxes are chilling at a chill 30 to 60 bucks for modern Scarlet and Violet era booster boxes. Even Terrestrial Festival you'll be able to find it for around like $50 to $55 depending on where you're shopping. So if you're a really big fan of collecting what you open yourself from booster packs, Korean cards are definitely the way to go. So what exactly are Korean booster boxes? So first, if you're familiar with Japanese sets, you're familiar with Korean sets, as Korean sets do follow the release schedule of Japanese sets. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Japanese sets or Korean sets, English sets are going to be comprised of multiple Japanese sets. So for example, English Paldea Evolved is going to be made up of 3 Japanese sets. That is going to be Clayburst, Triple Beat, and Snow Hazard. But then there are the specialty sets like Pokemon 151, where that'll be the same between English, Korean, Japanese. Going back to the release schedule of Korean and Japanese sets, Korean sets do follow Japanese sets on a small delay, generally like a month or 2 behind the Japanese sets. So for example, Korean Terrestrial Festival released about a month and a half after the Japanese set. And for Battle Partners, Korean Battle Partners is releasing about 2 months after Japanese Battle Partners. So with all that out of the way, what's included in a Korean booster box? So this here is Korean Clayburst. It's going to be one part of the English set Paldea Evolved, and it is going to mimic the Japanese Clayburst pretty much one-to-one. This one box will have 30 booster packs with 5 cards each. Now, Korean booster packs are going to look similar to Japanese booster packs. Now, what I mean by that is, if you see, they're not like the traditional crimped packs that you'll find in English. They also have this little rip thing here. Totally useless as it just gets caught on the card, so don't use that if you do buy. So if you've seen any Japanese pack openings, you'll know that the packs kind of rip down the middle. Unlike English booster packs, which you kind of tear it from the top and you open it from the top. Let's see if we actually got any hits here. And just a normal holo rare. But yeah, you'll see 5 cards each. Now this isn't a pack opening video, so I'll save these booster packs for a different time. So just like English and Japanese booster boxes, there are expected pull rates from each box. And so for a mainline set like Clayburst, you can expect 1 SR or 1 SAR, that's 1 secret rare or special art rare. You can also expect about 3 art rares and then 5 of the double rares. For Scarlet and Violet, that's going to be those normal EX pulls. Now for Korean booster boxes, the SR or SAR is actually not guaranteed. I've had boxes where there are no SRs or SARs, but then with that, there's also the chance of getting multiple SRs or SARs in a single booster box. The Korean booster boxes will have a little bit more variance there. I have pulled multiple SARs from a box before. And for the art rares, 3 art rares is kind of the standard booster box, but I've pulled 4 art rares before. So it just kind of depends on the box, but generally speaking, 1 SR or SAR, 3 art rares, and then your 5 or so double rares. Now this here is Vstar Universe, my favorite set of all time. This is the Crown Zenith equivalent set for English. I have a comparison video of where I opened both Vstar Universe and Crown Zenith. I'll have a link to that somewhere up here. But Vstar Universe is what's often referred to as a high class set or a specialty set. Some other examples of specialty sets or high class sets is going to be Terrestrial Festival or Shiny Treasures. Each of the specialty sets are going to have kind of differing pull rates and kind of how they're structured. So make sure you do research on what to expect from these types of boxes. So Vstar Universe is going to be an SR or an SAR guaranteed in each box. So each one of these boxes will guarantee you an SR or SAR pool. You'll get your 3 art rares as well. For Vstar Universe, it's going to be the Galarian Gallery pulls that you're familiar with from Crown Zenith. And because it is a specialty set, you're also guaranteed a hit per pack, meaning, so if you look over here on the top right corner of this box, it shows you the VMAX or V-Star cards there's going to be at least 1 included in each pack. And another way you can kind of know that it is a specialty set or a high class set is that one box contains only 10 booster packs as opposed to the mainline sets that have 30 booster packs. And in this one booster box, you'll find 10 booster packs of 10 cards each, and each one of these having a hit per pack. Now, I am saving this for a separate video, so I'm not going to be opening up a pack just yet. So quick note on Korean booster boxes. Pokemon Korea has actually changed up the packaging on their booster boxes quite a bit over the eras. So for example, I have here Eevee Heroes and Vstar Universe, which are Sword and Shield era booster boxes. It might be hard to see on the camera, but if you see, these are plastic shrink wrapped. Pull tabs also look a little bit different on the top. Now, if we move on into the Scarlet and Violet era, so this is Scarlet EX and Violet EX, you'll notice that the plastic shrink wrap is actually gone. They moved over to these stickers on the sides up here. I don't know if I can catch them on the light. So there is a sticker seal on top, and then they have these kind of side pull tabs here. And you'll notice that even with, for example, 151 and Shiny Treasure, these are high or specialty sets or high class sets, and they also have no plastic shrink wrap, but instead they have these plastics or these stickers with these side pull tabs. But then as soon as we get into Wild Force, which is, I believe, Temporal Forces, yeah, the plastic shrink wrap returns. You still have the side pull tab, but the plastic shrink wrap is back. But then they change it again now with the Twilight Masquerade. So this is Crimson Haze, the Twilight Masquerade equivalent. You'll now notice there's a Pokemon card game stamp on the plastic shrink wrap. Same box with the side pull tab, but the shrink wrap now has the stamp on it, so you'll see that with Super Electric Breaker as well. And this is what they have up to the current Terrestrial Festival with Korean. And so let's just say you order a box online and you get a Violet EX that does not have plastic shrink wrap on it. It has not been resealed. That is how they're packaged. Now, the next thing to note is going to be the difference in how the cards actually feel. Now, some people call it card quality, but what does quality even mean, right? So let me just go over a couple things here. Korean cards will feel different. It's hard to convey over video, but they will have a slight glossier feel to them. It just feels a little bit smoother, whereas English cards are more matte and have a little bit of a texture to them. Korean cards, I believe, on average are 0.1 grams lighter than English cards. I don't know if I can perceive that when I hold the cards, but that is just something to know. And the colors will also be very slightly different between English and Korean Pokemon cards. It's more noticeable if they're side by side. If you're looking at an English card by itself and a Korean card by itself, you'll never know the difference. But there is a slight difference when you do look at them side by side. I have a video of that also where I do compare the two different languages. So one way to test for genuine cards with English is going to be the rip test, as you're all familiar with. So I have a energy card here, and if I do rip this, and if you didn't know, English cards will have a layer of white, a dark gray, and then another layer of white. It's kind of how English cards are layered. Let me see if I can get a better rip here. And you can kind of see that there. A white layer, a gray layer, and another white layer. Korean cards, on the other hand, will have a single color. Here, that's a good rip. Alright. So it's going to be a blue cardstock almost all the way through. Also, if you notice the backs of the cards, so Korean cards also do feature English card backs. And can you guess which one is English, which one's Korean? I mean, you can kind of tell the difference, but for the most part, it is virtually identical. So you can see Korean and English. I also have all of this information in written form on my website, and I'll have a link to that in the description box. And speaking of my website, where do you even buy Korean Pokemon cards? I've been shouting out my channel a lot, but I do have a video on that as well on my channel. I'll have a link for that as well. But if you want the TLDR of it, buy on eBay from trusted sellers, or you can buy on my website, PokeCoreTCG.com. I do sell Korean Pokemon cards. It's one of the reasons why I make these videos. I'm also very passionate about Korean Pokemon cards. I think they are highly underrated, and honestly, it's the best way to enjoy the hobby at the moment. But yeah, if you're looking to collect and more importantly, just rip open some packs, Korean cards are definitely going to be the way to go. Let me know in the comments if this video was helpful at all, or if you have any other questions that I might not have touched on in this video. And you can also subscribe for more Korean Pokemon card content, as that is what this channel focuses on. And if you're interested in Korean Pokemon cards after this, yeah, feel free to check out the website at PokeCoreTCG.com, and I'll catch you all on the next one.